Hey, all, I got the Dune Chapter 32 update for you today. So this one's really the Jessica STILGAR show. So they've got to STILGAR's community, and he's basically trying to fish if Jessica would be willing to, we'll say, marry him. I think he wants to add her to his harem for a variety of reasons, because she's proven herself to be a really impressive warrior. So his community's already eager to have her join them. And if he's married to her, then that could potentially increase his power. At the same time, he already has a bunch of wives. So adding her to the harem might make him look a little bit greedy in terms of, hey, I have all these wives, kind of to increase his power and status. So he's a little bit hesitant. So he and Jessica go back and forth in terms of sort of subtly trying to figure out if this makes sense. And STILGAR gives her an alternative plan in which she basically would become the community's Reverend Mother, so more of like a religious figure. Ultimately, they decide to go that route, which seems like it'll work best for everyone. Jessica gets a position of power. STILGAR still looks pretty good because he's, partnering up with her, but not in a capacity of, husband and wife. And everything seems pretty hunky-dory with this arrangement. In addition to that, there's a very interesting part at the end of this chapter where Paul goes into this sort of, I don't know what to call it. It wasn't a trance, but he becomes extremely aware of the passage of time and how anything that could happen in a particular moment, like I think it's called the butterfly effect, could drastically alter the events of the entire universe. And in this particular moment, what happens next, with the Fremen, is going to be highly consequential to ultimately what happens to him, his mother, and even Arrakis. I should note, we find out in this chapter 2 that STILGAR and the Fremen are ultimately looking to make Arrakis a lively planet again with water. Basically sounds like slowly terraforming it, but they have to maintain this tentative alliance with the guild. So that was a very interesting backstory as well. And it was fairly solid prose, the way that Frank Herbert goes about describing how Paul is feeling in this moment. And ultimately, the chapter ends with Paul realizing that there are only a few paths where he doesn't end up dead at the end of a blade. Felt very much like what I remember in one of the, I think it was Infinity War or Endgame, the Marvel Avengers movies, where Doctor Strange sees there's like one in near infinite possibilities that lead to victory. I'm not sure if they ripped off of this chapter. It's highly possible that both of these were original ideas. But anyway, it was interesting. It reminded me of that. So things are continuing to build with the whole Fremen alliance. And until next time, have a good one.